How's it going, everybody? It's Pilot Family. We are back with another FPL video, and today we're going to be taking a look at our preview here today, as we normally do. Although we still have a couple fixtures left, we are going to be doing a little bit of gandering at what potentially could be coming up in the double game week, in double game week 26. We're going to see how my team's doing currently in double game week 24. We're also going to be looking ahead to double game week 25 as well. The predictions, all that normal stuff. So yeah, pretty much the standard stuff as we normally would do. Thank you, Oliver F. 2002, as well as It's Ya Boy Ollie, for following. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Gotta swivel one of my lights. I can do it very gently. There we go, without knocking it over. That'd be nice. So yeah, we're gonna be taking a look at all the normal stuff, differential picks, predictions, see how we did, all that sort of normal stuff, and see how terribly my team is doing because I went with Sterling over Gundogan. Now that may change, and Sterling may go nuts versus a Everton team that looked like they were never scoring versus Fulham. So hopefully we can get some points there. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So, team is up on the screen. Yeah, so 54 points with the -4, that makes 50 even. So not a terrible week so far, but the average is so high that it means it's a pretty big red arrow for me. Hey Zaka, how's it going? So our game week rank is terrible, but it is it could get better. Our overall points, again, still tentative because we still have some players to play. And our overall rank, we're back in the millions again. We're back in the 7 figures, which isn't good. Where is Gundogan? Well, you saw where Gundogan was. We didn't bring him in. We brought in Sterling. We chose to pick Sterling. And it started off nice though. And the bench isn't. Yeah, I'm not happy about the bench again. But Kufau will come in. Kufau comes in for Antonio because Antonio didn't play. So that is one benefit. And if Diaz doesn't play as well, for whatever reason, then we get Barnes' 12 points off the bench too. So maybe a little bit luck is still to come our way, but we will see. We will definitely see on that front. But yeah, overall, not impressed with this game week so far. It looked very promising to start with, getting the triple clean sheet. Yeah. Hey Zodiac, how's it going? 102 points with 5 players to go. Basically, yeah, you probably have close to triple digits if you captain Gundogan. But yeah, Sterling can still get those points. You know, Everton didn't look good. I just have to hope Sterling plays, and if he doesn't play, then I'll just be questioning why he's not playing. He's just so good. Hey Haas, how's it going? Clicked here from Twitter. Good man, you were able to join us for the live stream. My glasses are dirty just on the right lens for whatever reason, so I'm gonna resolve that issue so that I can actually see what I'm doing, because maybe that's the problem I've had this whole time, is that I haven't been seeing what I've been doing, which is why my rank's been going down. Worth doing a -8 so that the double game week I have a 12 out of the 12 to 13 players to double and so they can bench boost. When you start to get into -8 territory, so think about, you have to think about it this way. You have to think, so the players that you would normally bench get their points total, whatever their points total would be at the end of the week, the end of the game week, and then take off 8 points. So a good bench boost, in my opinion, is like 15, 16 points, like a decent one. So if you get that, then you're only actually getting 8 points. So you need like 24 points from your bench to get like a decent bench boost. That's what you have to kind of be looking at. Is that possible? Yeah, for sure. Gundogan captain plus Lowton. Yep. Yeah, going for Tarkowski. You know, I got the clean sheet, but again, Lowton would have been really good. 83 points, 4 to go. I think I'm not happy. I expected more. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely expected more for sure. Got it, Ben Mee not playing Wednesday. Yeah, he's fine, but he has to go through concussion protocol. even if they've shown that he doesn't have concussion at the moment, they still have to go 6 days or whatever it is that Dyche said. So he won't be playing. So basically, Ben Mee's only getting 6 points this week, which is unfortunate. And with him out, that means Pope and Tarkowski. I think Burnley have only kept 1 clean sheet when Ben Mee's not in the team, and they've kept 7 clean sheets when he has been in the team, or something stupid like that. So, and the way Fulham are playing, I wouldn't be surprised if they scored at least 1. So that's not going to be great. 27 points on my bench this week. I have currently 30, but 6 of those I'm getting from Sufal, which isn't too bad. I got Madison on my bench. How many points did he end up getting? Probably quite a few, I would think. Goal and assist, maybe, something like that. The players out would be Antonio to Kane, okay. Souček to Ndidi or a Leicester mid, okay. And Kufal to Konsa, Villa defender. That sounds probably okay because you're bringing in double game week players for a -8. So it's not actually a -8, it's more like a -4. You just basically have to take off the 2 points that they get for starting and then playing a game, right? That's how you have to kind of think about it. Antonio might not play. And Didi isn't good. If you could, I'd go Barnes or even Tielemans at least. Not bench boosters though. I had Martinez, Cresswell, Target, and DCL on my bench. Yeah, I think the fact that DCL was kind of flagged and probably not going to play at least the first game, that would have put me off as well. But Target kept a clean sheet. Cresswell kept a clean sheet and got like an assist and some bonus points. Martinez had a worldie as usual. He's just been punishing me left, right, and center. Like I said, I put out a tweet. I said, I don't care how much Martinez is next season. He's the first player that's going to my team. I don't care how much he is. He could be 15 million. I'm playing him. I'm getting him and I'm buying him. That's how it's going to work for next season. Ndidi isn't great, but I want Leicester, but I can't afford him. Have to make some sacrifices somewhere else then. I don't know how much Ndidi is, but Neto also has a double game week, so he's in that price range. Or you could just go Rafinha. I mean, Rafinha's going to have a double game week this week, so. So yeah. Yeah, Ndidi's just going to get you 4 points, you know, at most, probably. I've had him from the start. Martinez just put Pope in for the double. Yeah, makes sense. A lot of people have done that. But yeah, running through my team, Pope 8 points. I mean, he's being like, I can easily see a world where Pope ends up this week with 11 points. Let's say he makes 3 saves versus Fulham, but concedes once. He ends up with 11 points, which just isn't ideal because Martinez would have beaten him. Had I known my bench was this good, I would have bench boosted, obviously. But yeah. Tarkowski and me happy with the 2 clean sheets there, although I'm not hopeful of clean sheet versus Fulham now that Ben Mee's out. Diaz, I am praying Diaz does not play. But he's going to play, so that's what is going to happen. Or even worse, like I posted on Twitter, he's going to come in for like a 20 minutes or something like that to keep his, like, you know, fitness up. And he's going to, you know, get 1 point off the bench. Cancelo hopefully should play. Souček getting 3 points. It's better than Son's 2. Fernandez giving me more of a red arrow. Bamford not doing anything. Antonio, again, I'm not mad that Kufal ended up getting a clean sheet. So it's basically what I would have probably expected from Antonio, a goal. But yeah. Defensive midfield players are always bad transfers. The only one good one is Jorginho because he's on penalty. Yes, I would say that is correct. What is your best ever rank in fantasy football ever? So it would have been last season, which was the first major season that I played, which was 33k by the end of it, or around there. It's like 33k or 33 point something k, somewhere in that realm. Which was a lot better than what I'm doing right now. Mind you, this season's been up and down, and you can get some random luck swings. Like the week that Spurs didn't play, I got a massive green arrow because of that. But then, you know, I've had these couple of weeks where, you know, Ben Mee's not going to get potentially 2 clean sheets, which also makes it likely that Pope and Tarkowski aren't going to keep clean sheets, while Martinez gets 12 points, Barnes gets 12 points, you know, all these sorts of things. So Long is not that bad. He's not that bad of a defender. Taylor is fit. That will help Burnley. Yeah, but Long's not Ben Mee, though. Because Ben Mee's the captain, right? It's just that mentality. That of just having the captain, the leader in the team, you know? It's the same thing like Van Dijk not being in Liverpool's team. Look how much of a shambles they look like. And because they have to play Jordan Henderson further back, so he's not able to press highly up the pitch. It has a ripple effect on things, for sure. But yeah. Am I mad about this game week in certain aspects? Yeah, kind of. But you have to roll with the punches. I know, but Burnley will not roll over like Everton did. That is also true. I would say that they're going to be a bit more astute. They're definitely going to be a lot more under fire, which could mean that Pope ends up with a lot more points. Or it could mean that he ends up with no points. It's a very fine line. Like Martinez, if Arsenal were slightly more clinical, I would say that Martinez could easily ended up with just 1 point. But it is what it is. Pilot, can I show you my team on Twitter and can I say my plan and you give me advice? Of course, yeah, just tweet at me or something. You can also post it in the chat as well, and I can take a look at it as well. Yeah, you can post it here as well, like Zodiac said. Get more input from me. Well, you get it live and fresh and exclusive, and you also get a bunch of other people helping you out as well. A bunch of other players and managers. How's it going, Mono? Hello, friend. Hello, darkness, my old friend. The red arrow is what my team is saying right now, but it is what it is. But yeah, hopefully Diaz doesn't play, and then I can get Barnes' 12 points off the bench. Although I'm not optimistic on that. I just hope that if Diaz does play, he gets 12 points. That'd be nice. And Zodiac is right. Everyone does have a helping hand in here. Can I do a picture, or do I need to type the whole team? I'm not sure. I don't think you can post links. Yeah, I don't think it'll accept the link. You can try. And then I can bring it up and put it up on the screen, but probably best to type it out, to be honest. That's what a lot of people do. Martinez is like a good ex. Always want them back and never should bench them. Yeah, makes sense. The second I saw like it got to like the 60th minute mark and Martinez was still making saves, I was just like shaking my head, just like he's gonna end up with more points than Pope this week, because I knew that Ben Mee was gonna be out due to concussion protocol before Sean Dyche even announced it. I was like, there's no way he's gonna play. Like I had a very faint hope, but I was like, he's got to go through concussion protocol, which is longer than whatever time it takes them to play the next game. So I hope Foden will play. He is my captain. Should have went Gundogan, but went for the differential. Yeah, a lot of people. There was a there's the meme where it's the adult in the pool and they're holding up their baby, and then there's one kid next to them that's like just barely got his mouth above the water, and then it's the other it's like the skeleton at the bottom of the sea. So the adult is Pep Guardiola. The kid being held up is Gundogan. The one that's just barely above water is Sterling, and the one at the bottom of the sea is Foden. And then Lowton nearly pinging in 2 worldies. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't help either. Scored like his first goal in like 8 years or whatever it is. Gundogan might not play, who knows? Yeah, that's true as well. I mean, Sterling could easily come out this game and score 2 more goals, like against Everton, and then he's on 2 goals and assists just like Gundogan, and then it doesn't really matter. He's not flagged on FPL, which is a good sign. That's because Pep hasn't had a press conference yet. Pep will probably have a press conference tomorrow because they play on Wednesday. So he'll be able to say whether or not, like, if he says that, yeah, Gundogan's cool, then it's fine. But there was no pictures of Gundogan in training today, so we'll see. Not bad if Gundogan doesn't play 19 points already. Yeah, I mean, you'll be happy about that too. Kufal has to be close to scoring. Yeah, I mean, Kufal probably lost potential BPS points because he missed such a big chance. If he would have scored, I'd have had a massive points haul coming off the bench. I would have had 12 plus points, which would have been nice. Pep don't need a press conference to help this team. I mean, that's true. He'll be like, yeah, Gundogan's fit. Gundogan not in the whole roster. You know, could happen. If Everton play like they did against Fulham, they could win 6-0. I mean, yeah, that's true. That is very true, and I hope Sterling is among those. Because if Sterling gets, you know, bags a couple of goals or a hat trick or something, my rank goes right back up. Or back, it gets lower, basically. A lower number is a good number. Chelsea coach frustrates me even more. I have Reece James. Yeah, Werner wasn't a bad shout. Been unlucky not to have an assist, though. The amount of people that have DCL starting, yeah, I mean, that could potentially be a potential problem, but they were optimistic that he would play versus City. But, I mean, as it looks like he might end up with the same score as Bamford. Who knows? Werner deserved the assist. Yeah, I thought Werner's been playing quite well. It seems like since everyone jumped off the Werner hype train, everyone's, he's been doing well. Which is, a bit interesting. But also, while I'm thinking of it, there is a chance. So usually if the deadline is midweek, so it's Monday, if it's Monday through Friday, I can't get home in time to do that. However, I might be able to have Friday off to whereas I can do the deadline stream. Might be able to do the deadline stream on Friday. We'll see on that. I'm optimistic. I'm thinking about it. But obviously I have to get the permission to do so. So, might be able to do the deadline stream on Friday rather than Thursday. So that would be nice. But as it stands now, it's Thursday at 7 p.m. EST here on Twitch as well. Who was bold to have Aubameyang? Probably nobody. Werner can maybe become a striker again. Decent. Abraham got injured today. Abraham did get injured, and Giroud came on and scored. What else? And Werner looks good when he plays kind of drifting in off the left. I also think Alonso is helping him out a lot on that side as well. Because of the fact that Alonso kind of plays as like a striker and it allows Werner to kind of just float and not take the attention. Whereas it's really hard to ignore Alonso just kind of trotting in the box and then standing there, you know. My team is Areola would be gone next game week. Well, Areola could potentially have a double, so you have to see on that. Martinez, okay. Defense, Diaz and Cancelo. Also, Housefit. I don't know how to pronounce that. Housefit, I'll say. Thank you for following as well. Diaz and Cancelo keep until Gameweek 38. Yep, sure. Aaron Wan-Bissaka get rid of the 30 as a wild card. As a wild card out, Benmi and Kufal will get sold this game week. Midfield, Gundogan, Salah, Bruno, Souček, Grealish, Striker, Bamford, DCL, Antonio. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this team. So your team is, so we'll get rid of that. Here you have me, Kufal, Gundogan. You said you have Souček, Bamford, Antonio, DCL. Okay, so you have Calvert-Lewin. I'm just gonna put it up on screen to make it easier for everyone who is visually impaired like myself. I'm a very visual oriented person, and I like reading text is a little bit more difficult for me, so I like to draw it out or something like that. Makes it a little bit easier. Plus being slightly visually impaired because I have to wear glasses, but that's something different. Areola in goal. Wan-Bissaka. You had Diaz. You had Salah. And you had, who's the last one? Grealish. That's who it was. And how much money do you have in the bank, just so I know as well? You still all out wildcarding? I am. It is currently active, and I've made a couple transfers already. KDB won't even get into shape this season. Might as well keep Gundogan at half price, or you can get both. Because when KDB was in the team, Gundogan was doing just as good. So yeah, I draw tons of notes and schedules, and handwritten helps me a lot. Yeah, I find I find it a lot better if I write things down. And KDB is coming back. Yes, he's apparently supposed to be back in time for this game week coming up, when they play Arsenal. That's at least what it says on. So if I bring up I can't type in KDB, but De Bruyne, 21st of February, which is 25th versus Arsenal. Is your wildcard going to include any plan to 29? Well, I think I might have some people, some available for like I'll have potentially a team that kind of works into that, but I have the free hit, so it's I can do whatever. 4.3 million in the bank. Okay, let me write that down. 4.3 million. I'll just put it off the side there. My team is Pope, me, Diaz, Shaw, Gundogan, Foden, Barnes, Fernandes, Grealish, Bamford, Cavani, and Cresswell, Target, Martinez, and DCL. Yeah, that team's pretty good. I think it's perfectly fine. You have just the one player, if I'm looking at that correctly, that doesn't have a double, which is Cresswell, for 26. At least for the teams that are supposed to have a double. Anyway, I'm on 91 points this week so far. It's very good. Hard to write on the phone. Yeah, I mean, that writing... One thing I actually saw on Twitter, is a side note on this. Kepa Arrizabalaga, or Arrizabalaga, however you want to pronounce it, the Chelsea goalkeeper, tried to type his name in using a phone, like an iPhone or iPad or whatever, with your eyes closed, and see what happens. I tried it. It looks nothing like it. It's very difficult. The spelling itself is already hard enough, so yeah. Well, there's 2 R's in his name, so you missed an R. There's 2 R's in Kepa's first name, or Kepa's last name. I won't get KDB for the rest of the season. Know that I already not to get Kane and Son either. Yeah, I mean it's yeah, close enough. Yeah, it's very difficult to fit in all these players without dropping other ones. Going to roll a transfer and be better to get another Leeds player, so I have more transfers for the double game week. Do I agree? Yeah, I mean, that makes sense to me. And with all West Ham players out, would you leave me 0 in the bank? Sure, yeah, we can do that. Ariza, yeah, close. Some players had Mendy in and Martinez on the bench. Yeah, they got so lucky on that. That is pretty lucky, to be honest. They must have been absolutely bricking it, and then they realized, oh, he's on the bench. Cool. He's just Kepa, don't get injured. So if you are, you're using transfers, I would assume, Matthew, for this team to get to a bench boost team. Is that that's what we're looking to do? Bench boost team with transfer. So you'd have 1 transfer this week, 1 transfer next week. No wildcard left for me either. Yeah, so you got to be pretty sparing with your transfers if you have no wildcard. Misley, Johnson, Cresswell, Stones, Cancelo, Digne, Lowton, Bruno, Barnes, Salah, Gundogan, Son, Bamford, DCL, and Timo Werner. I think Werner to Ings could be good this week. And then maybe find a way to get Kane. Hence rolling and might take a 4-point hit, so it's not too bad. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. But yeah, if this was a team that I had and I was looking to potentially like use transfers to bench boost with it, again, you don't have to basically activate the bench boost until 26. So you can wait and see on Areola because he might play. So the first thing I would do, you would have 4.3 million in the bank, which is more than I have. So the one thing I would do for sure would be Antonio to Kane, which would probably use up pretty much all of your money. That would be one potential transfer. And then the other potential transfers that I would do to get better double game weekers would be Calvert-Lewin to Watkins. And then I would try to find a midfielder. My second monitor went out for whatever reason, but it's back. I would take out Souček for somebody. And then you would have, what would that be? 14 double game weekers if Areola gets a double. If he doesn't, then you have 13, which is, no, 12, sorry. And if you want to take an additional minus and you think Kufal's not good, because he has Man City would be would be the only team that he plays, then you could take another -4 for -8, and you could bring in maybe a Southampton defender if they have a double. So yeah, that's what I would do personally. But I think Kane is looking real good for a double in 26. So if you activate the wildcard, what happens to your one free transfer that week? It gets consumed. So if you have 2 free transfers going into this week and you use your wildcard, you lose both of them. Yeah, you're still with 1 transfer the following week. So every week you will start with 1 free transfer, no matter what. If you bank 1 from the previous week, you get 2. And you have a maximum of 2 that you can bank. So up to 2. If Southampton get a triple-double game week, then I would get Vestergaard innings. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Areola is a single. I'm going to show you want the fixtures in the double game week. I'm following on Twitter right now. I will send you a screenshot. Okay. We will check it out. Yeah, either. So basically, if anyone follows Ben Krellin on Twitter, he's like the fixture guru. And he is, he's somebody who basically figures out what the double game weeks are going to be. And he put up one picture which shows basically all the fixtures that are basically guaranteed. And then he says, here's some potential other scenarios. And basically, and Ben Dinner is the injury expert. Yeah, exactly. So if you have the 2 Bens, you're pretty much covered. Either Southampton's going to have a double, like a triple double. So they have a double 25, double 26, double 27. Or they have double single double. And Fulham has a double in 26. And then there's also a possibility that West Brom and Sheffield United get a double as well in both of those scenarios. So it can be Southampton has a double in 26. Southampton, Sheffield United, West Brom have a double in 26. Fulham have a double in 26. Fulham, West Brom, and Sheffield United have a double in 26. Those are the scenarios that he sees that are possible. My worry is, say you have 3 Saints and 3 Leeds for 25 on a wild card, then you're screwed for a bench boost in 26. They're no use for the double game week. That's why you don't go with you don't really put too much emphasis on the double game week. This coming double game week, that much I would say. Now, if Southampton have a triple-double, so they have double 25, double 26, double 27, it's a lot easier because then you can have, like me, you can have, like, Bamford, Rafinha, and you can do, like, a -4 if you wanted to get rid of, to get rid of those players. So, like, I'll show you a hypothetical example. So, let's say, I get rid of you, we'll keep Ings, keep Bamford. Get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you. Let's say we go, let's say Southampton do have a double. So we got McCarthy, we got Vestergaard, we got Ings, we got, let's say De Bruyne's back. Let's say we go Neto, just because he's cheap and has a. I'm just make up a random team here. Let's say we go Luke Shaw. Let's say we go. Trying to think of a team that has a. Let's say Loughton, hypothetically, right? So then you'd have 2 single game week players in Bamford and Rafinha left. Everyone else would double in the scenario where Southampton double. And then what you would do is you could get rid of Bamford, bring in Kane, and then get rid of Rafinha and bring in, let's say, Maddison, hypothetically. That would be something that you could do if Southampton doubled. And then you have 15 double game week players, and you only take a -4. That's something you could do. You can also do the same. You don't have to necessarily get Kane. You can get Vardy. You can do, you can do whatever. You can even free up more funds if you don't think Fernandes is necessary. You can have, I can have Son. There's many different ways you can slice this. If I wanted to say, if I freed up a little bit more money instead of Fernandes, I could just have Rashford, so I still have United cover. It depends on what you're looking for. But I think with Southampton having their main center backs back and their main central midfield back, I think Leeds might have a bit of a problem. Have I dirtied my glasses again? I have. But it's fine. We shall fix it. But yeah, it's the choice that you have. I think that Southampton could be a little bit better now. I know they had Kyle Walker-Peters go down, and he's now injured. But they can just put, like, Redmond or somebody back there that's a bit... Even Ward-Prowse can play back there. And, they press so high up that he can basically just act as like a defensive midfielder anyway. As he often does when he plays in the center of the park. Because he's kind of stepped up this season and played a more defensive side to the system. Which allows them to do... basically the things that they do. Press high up the pitch, win free kicks, use Ward-Prowse's ability on the ball, all that sort of stuff. You could save your wild card to get rid of the draws in the blank game week. That is also a potential plan as well. Especially if you don't have a free hit. What would I do with Meslier, Johnson, Cresswell, Stones, Cancelo, Digne, Loughton, Bruno, Barnes, Salah, Gundogan, Son, Bamford, Antonio, and Werner? I would try to get Kane. And I would get rid of Meslier, potentially. If you're not bench boosting, then Johnson could be a double game weaker. And then you could potentially use Cresswell's money to get a double game week defender. Also, Antonio's probably not fit and has terrible fixtures, so those would be the things you potentially would be looking at. Werner would have a double and could be okay. But could be difficult. Yeah, I'd definitely say Kane, triple Villa, triple City, Martinez. That's kind of what you're looking at. Yeah, and the blank I would build a team from Game Week 26 plus. Yeah, maybe until 30, but Game Week 26 bench boost is going to be huge and need full advantage. Exactly. 3 Leeds at the moment. Yeah. And Leeds are going to have single game week. It was kind of the bad thing about Leeds not having a game in that double, which was unfortunate. Back in, what was it? 19 or whatever. I like Cresswell, but don't want to transfer him out. I'll have... but I have to fight because he doesn't have a double. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's kind of the issue. Dallas, Bamford, and also Rafinha. Yeah, exactly. Okay, pilot, I sent you the tweet. Okay, I have to find the tweet. Let's see. So is this the... So this tweet that you sent, was this the, This is like the estimated, double game weeks, is that what you're saying? The one that you have from FPL Mate? Talking about this one? You're off to bed. All right, good night, Haas. We will, like I said, we'll be back for the deadline stream either Thursday at 7 p.m. EST, or we'll be back 1 hour before on Friday for the deadline. I'm still not sure yet, but we will see. What would you recommend if you have no wildcard until 30 and I've got 3 leads currently? I would say just keep Bamford and then transfer the other 2 out. That's what I would do. Maybe you can keep Rafinha too. It's not too bad. But again, they do play Villa. Yeah, I think this is the same thing that this is the same thing that Ben Krellin has as well. But so the only thing that's wrong with this potentially is that this Southampton one here could be let me actually make it a little bit easier to see. There we go. This Southampton one here, the Everton Spurs, this could be a single game week versus Everton. And Fulham can get the double. That's still a decent percentage chance too. And also West Brom and Sheffield United are not necessarily guaranteed doubles either. So like Ben Krellin, who's like the guy, he said the most likely scenario out of all of them, which is like a 30% chance, is the Southampton double. But yeah, he says the guaranteed ones will be Villa will double, Burnley will double, Chelsea will double, Palace will double, Everton will double, Leicester, Liverpool, City, Man United, and I think it's Wolves and Spurs are guaranteed to double. And then the ones that are up in the air is Southampton, Fulham, Sheffield United, and West Brom, whether they double or not. So, yeah. Then you need tons of double game week players or single game weeks with an easy fixture. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some single game week fixtures too that are, you know, that are pretty good as well. Like, we just take a look at those for 26. Like, I mean, Brighton versus West Brom looks fantastic. Ben White, Dunk, somebody like that. Could be a nice, easy 6 points off the bench. Again, it's not all necessarily about double game weekers. Double game weekers give you a chance to get, you know, if they play twice, 2 shots at getting points. But, I mean, Dunk could easily get a goal and a clean sheet versus West Brom. You know, could be good. Brighton defense is probably pretty good. And also, like, Ben White's only 4.4 and he's going to play. So that's probably a free clean sheet there. He could play in the midfield. You know, maybe he gets a goal or something, or an assist or something random. So the teams that you said are not certain, I have no one from. Yeah, basically that's how it works. So like if I was changing some stuff up right now, I'll show you roughly what I was thinking of. So this is my team currently. If I was going with players that I knew guaranteed were gonna have a double, I would do something like this. No, I don't need Kane. I want Schmeichel. I want Madison. I want De Bruyne, obviously if he's back, but I'm just compensating for the fact that if he is or not. Luke Shaw. Loughton as an example. I think I had Ben White. Neto. And there's one other person that I was missing. I'm missing somebody. Can't remember. But let's say it was just some cheap midfield. I'll just put Rafinha back in there. And then basically I would have Ings and Bamford for the double. Because I know that they double then. And then I can choose to get rid of Bamford and bring in Kane. And then I can also technically get rid of Ings and bring in Vardy. Who was this? This was somebody. Oh, Son, right. Duh. This was Son. And then I would need to basically find some... I think this was Barnes, I think. Not Madison. And basically I would have Ings and Bamford for the double, and then I would take a -4 to bring these two in. If Southampton didn't have a double. That's what I would go with. And then obviously if Southampton do have a double, then I can, you know, get some slightly better defenders. I can upgrade White to Vestergaard, who's only 4-7. I could downgrade Schmeichel to McCarthy or somebody like that. It all depends. That's kind of what we're looking at. No Bruno. Yeah, I mean it is. So the problem is, right, is that Bruno's double in 26 would be Sheffield United and Chelsea. Now, Sheffield United have been playing a lot better. The defense has been a lot better. Yes, Bruno scored a wonder goal versus West Brom. But again, United attacking-wise didn't look good. Now, Chelsea have been looking really good defensively, but it is away. And United haven't scored an open play goal, I don't think, against any of the big six teams. So I don't expect much there. Then he plays City afterwards. Then we can maybe look to get him in, you know, for West Ham. Or we just say, you know, West Ham at home, that's probably going to be a trickier game. They're going to, again, play a low block. And then we bring him in for 30 onwards. Now, Bruno's Bruno and could just keep scoring versus anyone. But I'm not expecting anything from, you know, these two games. And then West Ham and Sheffield United could be very tough fixtures because they play low blocks. And United are struggling without Pogba to deal with that. The only fixture that I'd be really worried about would be Newcastle in 25. Just something that I've been toying around with. And it would basically be, do I want Bruno for a bunch of single game week fixtures, or do I want De Bruyne, who's going to definitely play when he's back? And I would have De Bruyne, Gundogan, and Cancelo. Those would be my three City players. That's basically what the trade-off would be. It would be, do I want De Bruyne, or do I want Bruno, basically? Because I definitely want Kane. I think Vardy's going to be good as well because he plays at Arsenal, which he's going to probably, he usually scores versus them. And will be a big differential as well. I think Leicester's game, double game week on paper looks pretty rough. It looks like it's Arsenal versus Arsenal and Burnley. But also the fixtures afterwards are good too. And I think Leicester are different outlet this season. Now, James Justin being out, probably a bit of a problem, but they have Pereira back, so it is what it is there. So it should be interesting. But yeah, I haven't decided on anything yet. I'm still trying to wait as long as I can to see if the fixtures, you know, show up as to what is confirmed and what's not confirmed. But we'll see. I'm not sure yet if I want Son and or Kane, to be honest. I definitely want both of them. For sure. Kane and Son, when they play together, it doesn't matter what Mourinho's tactics are, Kane and Son will find a way to score points. That's what they do. That's what they'll do. And Spurs' fixture, so in 25, they're away to West Ham. which, you know, a little bit trickier, but it is what it is. And they play Burnley at home, who could be quite difficult. But again, if Ben Mee, you know, is not fully back yet, or something like that, it could be a bit tricky. But against Burnley, they should be perfectly fine. That's like a Kane fixture written all over it. And then they could also play like somebody else easy in that week as well. They look pretty useless for a long period. Form is not there, but again, form may not necessarily be there. But Kane will have a couple players back. Will have a couple games under his belt, and then Kane will be back firing. Now, if Kane's injured, then yeah, no, don't even go near Spurs. But that's a different story altogether. For me, form is better than fixtures. Yeah, I mean that's the whole argument. Vardy, baby. Yeah, exactly. I like Vardy. I think Vardy could be quite good. Or else people would not keep Salah, and they do. Yeah, I mean, Salah's another one that I still am not completely convinced on. Personally, not completely sold on him. Just because Liverpool as an outlet just don't look good. And if we look at you know, Liverpool's fixtures, they have Everton, who are very porous at the back, but it's a derby, so anything can happen. Then they have Sheffield United away, who are going to be quite stubborn. Again, I think teams like Sheffield United and that sort of stuff are going to be very difficult for teams like Liverpool and United. Because Liverpool and United want to play in similar sorts of ways where they hit on the break. That's what they want to be able to do. And then their other game would be versus Chelsea, who have been looking defensively solid as well. Then Salah has Fulham at home, which, you know, should be good. And then Wolves away, and then a blank, and then Arsenal. But again, I'm not convinced. Tottenham look even worse than Liverpool, but the problem is that Spurs haven't had Kane, and now they do have Kane. And also, Spurs looked bad versus Man City, who are really good. So yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things where you kind of have to. Sometimes it's a bit of a coin toss. It's like, do I want Salah? Do I want Kane? You can say the fixtures. If the fixtures were even for both of them, then you have to go on form. If the form's even for both of them, you can think that one's better than the other, and they still might not do it. Who knows? Like this week, I had a coin toss between Sterling and Gundogan. I have so far lost that coin toss, but we will see. We will see how that goes going forward, because Sterling might start and Gundogan might not. So it all depends on how they play. Now, if Sterling starts and Everton play the way that they did versus Fulham, I can definitely see Sterling getting a goal or two in that. So we will see. Again, we don't know if Sterling is going to play in like a front six of midfielders. We don't know if Aguero is going to play up front. We don't know if Jesus is going to play up front. There's a bunch of different things we don't know. Good night, Mono. Good night, Zodiac. I have work in 6 hours. But yeah, just as a reminder, I might be doing a deadline stream on the Friday. I still have to get approval from it. And haven't fully decided yet if we're going to do it on the deadline. So if you did want to do that, let me know. Rather than doing it the night before. Because it would be... so the deadline is what for 25? Let's see. For 25, it would be 2:30 my time, which would be 6:30 UK time, which is 7:30 Norwegian time. That's the deadline. So, yeah. We'd be going live, what, 5:30 UK time? Something like that. If I were to do it. But I'll let you know. I will let you know. Because, I don't want to be, at work having to try to figure out my wildcard team in a panic. So, yeah. I need to sleep. Bye. Cheers. Thanks for the advice. Have a good one. You would see the deadline stream. Okay, yeah. I'll definitely look into it. Because if I can get that day off, then I can do a bunch of other things too. Norwegian time OP. Yeah, exactly. Because I can also set up my other webcam, which I've been meaning to do. I can potentially do some other things around the house before I need to stream. As well as, you know, fix my, like, solidify my wildcard team. And maybe by that point, we've gotten the fixtures, like, settled and sorted on the Friday. So, who knows? That'd be nice if the fixtures came out before Friday. But, yeah. We'll see on that front. And who knows, maybe I might go out live an extra half hour earlier. Because we haven't even done the predictions of differentials. I don't think we get time to even do them today. Nearly 2 o'clock in the morning. Yep. Wait, so you're 6 hours ahead of me. No, 5 hours. 5 hours? Yeah, 5 hours. Central European time or whatever it is. Yeah, late o'clock, which it'll be a much better time to do it. To do it at a time where you guys are a little bit. You're just coming home from work or something. You can sit down, watch a FPL stream while you have your dinner or something. Whereas me, it'll be just after lunchtime or so. So yeah, I'll look into it. But we'll see. But yeah. We shall see. Right. So yeah, this is the team currently. So we still have Pope, Tarkowski, Diaz, Cancelo, Sterling, captain still to play. If Diaz doesn't take any part, then we get Barnes' points off the bench. We're already getting Kufal in for Antonio, which is nice. So here's to hoping Pope and Tarkowski play. We get a clean sheet. That'd be nice. Diaz, I'd rather him not play. Cancelo playing would be nice as well, although I'm still a bit skeptical on that. And Sterling, I need Sterling to play. Sterling star. How about 5 o'clock in your time, which would be 10 o'clock here? So for the deadline streams, I would just be up an hour before. So this is my time here. So this is 2:30 my time in the afternoon, which is when your lineup needs to be locked in for Gameweek 25. So I'd be at 1:30 my time. I would start the stream, which would be 6:30 you guys' time. Would be when the stream starts. That's what I'm saying. So it'd be better for I could do the stream then if I were to get the day, the day off or the time off for that, versus doing it the night before at this start time, which I think is a little bit better for most people. A little bit better for most people. Because it'd be like early evening start time for you guys rather than late o'clock start time. Also, I don't really get settled in here till around midnight-ish you guys' time. And I still have to do a couple other things before I like start the stream, which is why I usually start the stream around 1 o'clock you guys' time. 7 p.m. EST. So yeah. That's what it would be. That's what it would be. Yeah, this team as it currently stands, obviously there's a lot of changes in here that are going to need to be done, but I brought in Rafinha, Watkins, Ings, Target, Gundogan, like these sorts of players if they potentially, you know, if they were to potentially go up in price or something like that, so we can still get some value on them. Sterling's in there because he's basically a kind of a placeholder for Salah / De Bruyne, kind of. So we're going to see how that goes. And then I'm obviously looking to get Kane and Vardy. But I might not get Kane until after Bamford plays. Because my ideal front line would be Vardy, Kane, Watkins. That's what I'm looking to get in the double game week. And then the midfield, obviously, want Son, want De Bruyne if he's fit and available, Gundogan, and then 2 other mids, and then one Cancelo, Shaw, Target probably, Martinez obviously in goal, and then fill out the rest of the team from there. That's kind of what we're looking for. Actually, speaking of which, let me see if there's any potential price changes that could be happening. Ings, Bamford, Rafinha, Dallas, Stones, Watkins with Martinez, Fernandes, Strauch, Areola, Harrison, Cancelo, Lookman, Wan-Bissaka, White, Foden, Tarkowski, Loden, Shaw, and Decordova-Reid soon. Well, maybe I just do Shaw right now as well. Might as well, because I'm going to bring him in regardless. So, transfers. If Ben Mee goes down for whatever reason, because we're not going to keep him for next week. If any Burnley defender we're going to bring in, it's going to be a it'll be a cheaper Burnley defender. Which means I should probably so Tarkowski, we brought him in so he doesn't lose any value either, so we should just bring in Lowton and have him in there because a lot of people are potentially going to be getting him in there. Who else? Is there anyone else potentially? Everyone else looks to be on the downturn there. And is there anyone that could go down? So we got rid of Son just in case he goes down. We got rid of Calvert-Lewin just in case he goes down. And is Sufal potentially going to? Well, if Sufal goes up or down, it does. If he goes up, then it's good. If he goes down, then it doesn't really matter because we have him at 4.6 and he's now currently 4.7. And then everyone else really doesn't really matter to us too much. Hey Harvey, thank you for following. Are you wildcarding? I am, yes. That's why I'm able to make a bunch of free transfers. Thank you for following. I was just mentioning to the rest of the people in the stream that I could be doing a deadline stream, even though normally during the midweek I don't usually. But I may be able to get Friday or time off on Friday to whereas I can come home and do the stream. So we will see on that one. But I'll leave a pinned comment down below on my videos to basically suggest or say that, or I'll put a tweet out on Twitter. So make sure to follow us over there as well if you haven't done so. so you can keep up to date on that sort of stuff. And if I can't, then I usually post my lineup on Twitter as well as a community post on YouTube. So, but yeah, I am wildcarding. I've just brought in a bunch of players that I know could potentially go up in price and got rid of the ones that could go down. So this isn't the final team. So I'm not necessarily keeping Ings, even though he has a double. I'm not necessarily keeping Rafinha. You know, I brought in some of the players that I'm definitely going to be keeping. So, like Target is potentially someone I could have. Same with Gundogan, who I don't have this week. Watkins, someone I've been looking at. Shaw, someone I could potentially be having for the double game week. I want to keep Cancelo because not really sure about Diaz still. So I got rid of Diaz. So I lost a little bit of value there, but we have Cancelo, who's I like him over Diaz anyway, even though he has a slight more of a risk. I think he's a bit more flexible in his positioning. And since they're up against Mönchengladbach in the Champions League, they might be able to, go with a little bit lighter of a lineup. Activating mine now too. Who do you think will rise tonight? You can check out FPL statistics. That usually gives you a good indication. Probably the people that everyone's probably potentially going for. So, like, obviously, Gundogan went up last night. Maybe Watkins is another player that might go up. Ings, maybe. These sorts of players. But remember, they have to go up twice in order for you to get money for them. So, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's the team as it is currently. Still waiting on the fixtures. Let me just check one more time, just to see if there was anything that's come out as of yet. I don't see anything as of yet. Mind you, we're all hoping that it is before the Gameweek 25 deadline, which would be nice. But yeah, let's move over to the big screen here. So yeah, if you're watching this over on YouTube, because we will be putting the VOD up, we will be doing a deadline stream. It's either going to be Thursday, normal time, 7 p.m. EST, the day before the deadline for Double Game Week 25, or it might be Friday, 1 hour before the deadline then. But I still have to check to see if I could potentially have that time off. If if I'm not able to, then I'll let you guys know. But make sure to keep checking Twitter to see when that's going to be. And if just basically whatever the latest video is, check the pinned comment. That will have the time that you will need to basically kind of check out. And if you follow us over on Twitch, then you can see when we go live anyway. So if you are out and about or whatever, you can still at least get the notification. So thank you all for watching. If you haven't done so, make sure to give us a follow over on all the socials. PilotFam226. They're going to be in the description on both Twitch and on Twitter and on YouTube as well. So make sure to check all those and make sure you're following us on all of those, because then you can be up to date as I am on all this sort of stuff. But yeah, I am on a wildcard. It is active right now, so hopefully we get the fixtures sooner rather than later, so it gives me a little bit more time to plan and check things out. And I'll hopefully be doing a wildcard video either tomorrow or Wednesday, and then maybe the other day is going to be a whatever video. Not really sure what it's going to be. Yeah, make sure to just keep the notification bells on YouTube so you can get the videos as soon as they're readily available. So yeah, thanks for watching, and until the next one, take care.